is Ariala. I heard the race is not to the swift, but to those that endure. We got a new dance for y'all, it's called the Holy Ghost Slide. Let's see if you can keep up.
We gon' slide from the west side till we slide to the east. From the south to the north side, we gon' slide at the feast. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, how was shy in the 12 tribes. Whatever you do, don't kill my vibe. Holy Ghost,
belly of the dry bone, step with me. Thriller foot track to the left with me. Part the Red Sea to the right with me. If you part of the pudding, gon' slide with me. Crossover like you're coming out of Egypt. Let them know you fly, you don't need a visa. Look in the mirror, you a new creature. Drip on 12, you don't need a visa.
We gon' slide from the west side,
let's go,
till we slide to the east.
Yeah.
From the south to the north side,
Let it drag.
we gon' slide at the feast.
Come on.
Welcome to True Nation Israelite Congregation, and most of all, welcome to the keeping of the Most High's feast, which is his 7-day Sabbath, because today is the 7-day Sabbath, and we are True Nation Israelite Congregation. I'm Yasharahla, and to my left is
Brother Yatab.
all praises. And if you're on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, click like and share with your friends, family members, so they can get this message as well. And today's it's so-called Black History Month, because we know we're not black. We're the children of Israel. We're a nation. The same way they call everybody else a nation by their nationality, we're going to start calling us by our nationality, not just going to recognize us as a color. So tonight's lesson is Israelite Inventions. It's not going to be a long lesson because it's so many inventions that Israel has made back in the past and now that we still making and stuff. So my goal tonight is to hopefully spark y'all interest so y'all can go and look up more inventions that we as a nation of people made. Because I seen a meme a long time ago when I first came into this truth, and it said if black people, Israelites, took all the inventions that they made and left America, America would crumble. It will fall. And I believe it now. I know, like, man, we created just about everything here. Just about everything here. So let's get into it. Go to the PowerPoint. It's not playing up. As you can see, the lesson, Israelite Inventions. And I want to get this scripture, Jeremiah 51:19. So you can put it back on us right quick while we read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
So the portion of Jacob, we are the children of Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, Yasharahla. So this is his portion that he's talking about. It's not like everybody else's. Because remember, the world was made for our sake. I want to get that right quick. Let's go there. Let's go to 2 Ezra 6 and 55 right quick. I want to get that right quick. Because the world was made for our sake. And I just want to show y'all this right quick. You got it? Go ahead.
Book of 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He made it for everybody?
For our sakes.
He made the world for our sake. The world was made for the children of Israel. It wasn't made for everybody else. Everybody else was made to serve us. So let's go back to that Jeremiah 51 and 19.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things.
So if Jacob is the former of all things, that means he's real creative, right? Go ahead.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
So Israel is the rod of his inheritance. When a man has children, his children, the sons, are going to carry on his legacy, right? The same way we carry on the Most High's legacy, right? The same way our children carry on our legacy. The same way we carrying on the name of our forefather, Jacob, Yasharahla. That's the rod of his inheritance. So I want to show y'all something. Because how would there be a God if the Most High didn't give his children the same power that he had? The same creative mind, right? So I want to show y'all that right quick. Because Jacob is the former of all things. So let's go to Genesis 1 and 28. So with Jacob being the former of all things, let's get this. Genesis 1, and we're going to start at let's start at 28.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, and verse 28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it.
So the Most High God, he made man in his own image, right? Which was us. And he told us to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish the earth, and subdue it. So in us subduing this whole world, that means we had to have creative minds on how to do that, right? That mind came from the Most High. Go ahead, finish that.
And have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
So you had to be able to catch all these things, right? You know, to eat a fish, you got to get in the water, right? You're not just going, hey, come here, fish. Let me eat you. You got to throw a net. So brothers had to make nets, throw nets in there, right? To catch birds, you wasn't just going to run up on no bird, right? You had to make a trap or something, right? So with that, let's go here. Because we was filled with the same spirit as the Most High, right? With that, let's go to Genesis chapter 1 right quick. Oh, no, go read verse 26.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image.
So we was made in the Most High's image. He dwells in the heaven, we dwell on earth. We think the way he think, right? Go ahead.
After our likeness.
After his likeness. So that means we got power, right? Go to verse 1. Read verse 1.
Verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
So if the Most High created the heaven and the earth, y'all see his creation? The world we live in? Every day the sun comes up, right? Every night the moon comes out, right? That's a nice imagination, right? A great creation that we all can see. You can breathe, right? But you can't see the air, right? But you know you got lungs that's breathing air in and out, right? So you're like, man, there's got to be a God. Somebody with some power somewhere, right? So with that, let's go to 1 John. 1 John 3, I want 1 through 3. Because I'm going to show y'all, man, that it wasn't just the Most High creating everything. Yep, 1 John 1. I mean, not 1 John. John 1, St. John, chapter 1, verse 1 through 3. I'm glad you said that, man. Because I made that mistake before. 1 John 1. Like, nah, just John 1. Yep.
St. John chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning was the Word,
So we know the word, right? Right? Go ahead.
and the Word was with God,
Mm-hmm.
and the Word was God.
Mm-hmm.
The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
So we know this is talking about Christ. So Christ had a creative mind too. Because remember in the beginning he said, let us make man in our image. So, yeah. So it's only right he give us that same power to create stuff, right? So with that, let's go to Ephesians 3 and 9. Because we got some creative minds. I'm sure some of y'all be dreaming about stuff and you be like, man, I can do that, right?
The book of Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery which from the beginning of the world hath been hid in God, who created all things by a Mashiach Yahushua.
So everything was created by Jesus Christ. And we have that same creative power running through our veins, in our brain. Same way to think things up and make it, right? So with that, let's go here. Let's go to the PowerPoint. Let's see some of the creative things our people made. These Israelites made. You can put it on the PowerPoint. Y'all know who this woman is? Y'all see what she made? She made a folding cabinet bed. So this cabinet will fold down and you can put things in it and have more space. It says, in 1885, Sarah Goody became the first Israelite woman to receive a U.S. patent. She moved to Chicago and opened a furniture store. It was there she came up with an industrious changing idea that brought more urban residents with limited space into her store. Don't they always show us Chinese making stuff, Germans making stuff to make space? This was made in 1885. They get a lot of ideas from us. Huh? Yeah. What was his name? Because Yatab did a extensive lesson on that on Israelite inventions as well. But y'all see, this is a woman opened a furniture store way back when, right? So ladies, y'all got some creative power running through y'all. Put your mind to work. So now we're going to go to the next one. Y'all see Lay's on potato chips, right? Why his name ain't on the chip? He created it. While we ain't benefiting from our forefathers, our people inventions. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. That's why that U.S. patent is a robbery. Because you got to go through them to get your patent approved, and then your patent is in the government's hand. And guess who the government talked to? His people. Hey, man, check this out. This guy got a patent. He made it. Go ahead and start making this for yourself. And that happens all the time. All the time. But the potato chip was made by us. One day he was in the hotel. Customer was complaining about his French fries or his potato. He chopped them up real fine, put some salt on it, and that's when the potato chip was born. It was a done deal from there. Yep. And white folks act like it was their idea. That's the bad part. But this was our idea. Man, it get deep. The wormhole get deep. It make you sad, make you mad, but then it make you happy. Like, man, we created all this stuff. So let's get here. I'm gonna play this video. Cause who did y'all think made the lawnmower? Oh, okay. So they never show us this stuff in school. Why is that? They don't want us to be innovative, right? Because I thought all my life, I thought a white man made the lawnmower until now. For real, I did. Huh? What's a cotton gin? I don't even know what that is. Y'all gotta school me, man. I might start come talking to my elders so I can find out some more stuff. I guess we'll talk until they get that issue fixed right quick. But what's a cotton gin, man?
John Albert.
So you pick the cotton and it separates the. Oh wow. See, so we was in the field making work easier for us, because I know that's how this lawnmower came about. Yeah. So we're gonna listen to this.
Burr was born in Maryland in 1848. He was the son of free slaves and worked as a field hand until he was about 17. At 18, he managed, with the patronage of wealthy black activists, to attend engineering classes at a nearby private university in Maryland. Burr excelled in his studies. He was one of the brightest students in his cohort. Burr made a comfortable living as a machinist. He spent most of his time servicing farm equipment. He was an able repairman and a capable steel worker. He moved to Chicago sometime in the 1870s. There, he continued to work in repair and maintenance. He would not begin successful inventing until the 1890s. Burr invented the modern rotary lawnmower in 1899. The design was intended to prevent clogging that plagued other mowers. Lawn care at the time was a nightmare of overly complex machinery and dangerous contraptions. The modern powered mowers of present day were still decades away. This rotary innovation would pave the way for much safer and easier labor. The rotary mower enabled Burr to focus his efforts elsewhere. He patented several subsequent improvements to his original design. In addition, he invented several devices for sifting and dispersing mulch. Royalties kept him comfortable for many years. He was able to travel and lecture in his later life. Burr's life was a long and productive one. When he died of influenza in 1926, he held over 30 U.S. patents. Most of his inventions were centered on easing the burden of farm workers and laborers. His early experience as a field hand had instilled a deep respect for the plight of the worker into his morality. He died in comfortable obscurity, a quiet activist for the poor and downtrodden. John Burr is a quiet presence in the history of inventing. The lack of information about his life makes it hard to pinpoint his influences and impact on later black inventors. While he may no longer be a prominent figure, his invention revolutionized lawn care. He helped ease the loads of millions of put upon laborers, and that legacy alone is worth.
So his legacy alone was worth millions. He had 30 U.S. patents. Why we ain't never hear about this? Exodus 35, I want verse 31. Because that was power in his hands. Especially all the U.S. patents he had. That's generational wealth. Everybody used a lawnmower, right? And to this very day, everybody still uses a lawnmower. And that was his invention. This one gonna get it right here. 35 and verse 31.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 31. And he hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and understanding.
So don't it take wisdom and understanding to do things, to know how it work and all that? Go ahead.
In wisdom and understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of workmanship.
In all manner of workmanship. So that means he gave us that knowledge to work on just about any and everything. Anything we put our mind to, we could do it, which that brother did, right? He had 30 U.S. patents, right? Go ahead.
And to devise curious works, to work in gold.
To work gold. Who work gold now? Who work in gold now? The Chinese mainly, but Esau, he makes it, he buys and sells it, but he gives it to the Chinese, right? And then they make everything that we want. Pendants, lockets, everything, right? In gold. That was our trade that the Most High gave us, right? Go ahead.
And to devise curious works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass.
And in brass, making statues today. Do we do that today? We don't do none of this work. Yeah, but we're going to take it back. But go ahead.
And in the cutting of stones, to set them, and in carving of wood, to make any manner of cutting work. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab, the son of Messiah of the tribe of Dan.
So all this power was put in us, not to only make these things, but to teach our people and show them how to do it too. Where's the Israelite trade schools at? I ain't going to say black, even though this is Black History Month. Where's the Israelite trade schools at? Yeah, it ain't us. We going to them, raking up debt to learn a trade that we would normally hand down to our own people. But y'all, man, let's go back to this PowerPoint. But y'all see the mind that we have? Powerful minds. And this right here is something that everybody love and need and uses every day. Unless you're in the wilderness somewhere. So let's go back to the PowerPoint out. Tell me y'all don't use this. If you don't use this, you lying. But this is another powerful Israelite man. Thank Thomas Elkins for your porcelain throne. Without Elkins, your bathroom breaks certainly wouldn't be as comfortable. On February 22nd, 1870, for example, his inventions, U.S. patent number 1,020 of the table. These are the things he made. A table that can serve for dining, ironing, and a quilting frame. Gained approval shortly thereafter on January 9th, 1872. He also patented the design for an improved chamber commode, which is the toilet we have today, which is U.S. patent number 122158. Y'all know the chambered toilet is? That's the toilet where the water flushes and then it don't allow the water to come back up. Because if it wasn't a chambered toilet, the water wouldn't even go down. It'll just overflow every time. But a black man made that. Why we ain't the one continuing in that of making his toilets, our wealth being passed down generation to generation to generation? Because if you look at the toilets today, whose names are on them? Not ours. I'm saying the toilets today, you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, you buy a toilet, whose names are on it? But this is the man that created it. He don't have our names on it. Yeah, ain't our name. So let me go to this next slide. This is where the icebox came from. Y'all know that, right? This man created the one in the middle at the bottom. That's an icebox. Yeah. Yeah, where the bucket is at. That's a straight ice man, and that's the man who made it. It's called an ice cabinet. The one to the left, that's the chambered toilet with all the stuff that he made, and then that's more modern chambered toilet. And let me walk over there right quick. Yeah. But just think, all this infinite wealth that this man created, and we don't benefit from none of his inventions. This is the ice cabinet, that's the toilet, and this is the another chambered toilet. But he built all of that. Yeah, this the ice. This the lump of ice right here. And that's the food. I wish this wall was better. Huh? Yeah. But that's beautiful. So the Most High, he gave us some creative minds. Some real creative minds. So let's go to another thing, because we all got, some of us got glasses, some of us don't. Y'all heard about LASIK eye surgery, right? Man. Guess who started the LASIK eye surgery? She did. Her name is Patricia Beth. Optometrist, a laser scientist invented a device technique used to remove cataracts and revive patients' eyesight. I have the year. Okay. But y'all see what she created? The one in her right hand, that's the laser that she used. The other scalpel and all that. But all this stuff they don't give us credit for our own inventions. They make it seem like we dumb. Like we not able to work in hospitals and things of that nature and do work like this. Because I'm sure if they showed this early on to our people, more women would be like, you know what, let me do this. More men would be like, you know what, let me do this. Yeah. To work towards stuff that we need. Because we've been going to hospitals and they've been just offing us, right? Because guess who don't work there? Us. But we create everything that makes the hospital work right. So let's get another one. This is my division right here. Home security. Y'all would never know that she created the home security system, her and her husband. That intercom system that be in people's houses, they created that. These security camera systems that we now have a luxury of and watching our homes when we gone, they created this. Everywhere. But this is who created that system. I'm going to get African-American nurse, Mary Van Britton Brown. So she was a nurse. Devised an early security unit for her own home. So her and her husband was thinking, because he was in tech business, she and her husband took out a patent for the system in the same year, and they were awarded the patent 3 years later. So why was they awarded 3 years later? Give them time to get their stuff together and be like, you know what, this works. And they could say they made it too. Because it should never take that long for a home security system to be made. She already got the system made. Her patent should have been cleared right away. And they were awarded the patent 3 years later, 1969. Home security system commonly used today took various elements from her design. So they took elements from her design. That's a cold thing. Let me show y'all the camera she made. That's a pinhole camera, the one that go on your door. Yeah. You know how you got that little looking eye when you go to the apartments and stuff? That's what that is, but that's a camera. But they never tell us this, right? That's crazy. But this is a diagram of how the whole system works. But I'm going to show y'all a video, because this is my field of work, that shows y'all how the whole system works. The sound is off, huh? Start it over. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna explain y'all how this. You probably gotta turn it up. It's low. So drywall. All I have to do is put the drywall, and we come back and put the cameras up, which is considered a pre-wall for 5 cameras. So to cover the whole start it over. Parameter of the building, we have 4 PTs. All right, so what we just did, this is called a pre-wire. When the walls are bare naked, we run our wires through the wall. So we ran our wires through the wall. So the drywall, all I have to do is put the drywall, and we come back and put the cameras up, which is considered a pre-wall for 5 cameras. So to cover the whole parameter of the building, we have 4 PTZs, which is pan, tilt, and zoom cameras with motion sensors on them. So they'll follow you. Yep, so let's check it out. Let's get it. This is us installing the
Let's
system.
go. I'll praise the most. High, let's have a toast. Put your drinks in the air. Cause it's a righteous affair. That's that frankincense and myrrh that you smell. It's the time of the year. Let's go. For a righteous affair. Keep that hate. I know you see me in my zone. You already know what's going on.
I didn't know until I got into this that a African American woman, an Israelite couple, built this system. That's what made me like doing this work even more. But let me show y'all another video. All right, so what we just did, let me show y'all this one too. So we got the PTZ. Because this creation came from our people. Show you how to zoom in and zoom out. Right now it's zoomed in, so we was reading the newspaper. You can see the pictures, but we're gonna zoom out. Yeah, we got constant cover.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Cars going by. Watch out, watch out.
And tell them what PTZ stand for again.
Pan, tilt, zoom. That's what PTZ stands for. So these are pan, tilt, zoom cameras. As you can see, this is the front of the store. 523 Compton Boulevard. So right now we looking west. I'm gonna turn it so we can look east. See the Compton Courthouse? Yeah, we got it covered. The buses, front of the store. So we good. So we good. Let's go to another PTZ. So that's gonna be the front store view. And also too, we can like if you ever want to save the information, you gotta send it to the police. You need to report it for yourself. You can put it on the USB. Now let's go back to the other cameras. You can put it back on us right quick. So we got the PTZs installed. And now we're gonna show you how to zoom in and zoom out. Pause. All right. You can put it back on us right quick. But y'all see this invention? This has her invention, her and her husband, their invention has revolutionized the world with this. Why more of us hasn't been told about this? Because it's a lucrative business. It's everywhere. If we knew this, don't y'all know that more of us would have been in tune to get in business with this? But they hide our inventions from us. They on drones, helicopters, on your house, on poles in the street, television, all of that. But thanks to their creation. Huh? I don't know. Look, I'm curious now to look more into all of our inventions that we make and see who, that's going to be my next mission, to see who's still profiting from their inventions. Because over the years, they tore down a lot of our businesses, our neighborhoods, all of that, right? And they took our ideas. So we got the PTZ. Huh? The Native Americans. Man, I'm going to show y'all right now a Native American invention. Huh? Yeah, so this is y'all homework for this lesson. I mean, this Sabbath class, this Israelite Inventions. Start looking up more of our people inventions. Because we be thinking Esau made a lot of this stuff, but they didn't, man. They didn't make nothing. So let's go to this next PowerPoint. Y'all gonna be surprised because everybody love this. Y'all love going to the movies, right? Guess who made popcorn? The Aztecs. Popcorn afterward, it fell into the hands of the Spanish conquistadors, Hernan Cortez, by way of Aztecs. These pop kernels were known as Mamechito Day. So they took that invention too. They make a lot of money off of that, man. Guess who made chewing gum? This is a real popular treat. The Aztecs made this too. It says, many are surprised to hear that we can thank Mexico for the invention of chewing gum, first stumbled upon by the Mayans who extracted the sap that was originally used to make chewing gum. From trees, the Aztecs found a more particular use for it. They used the sticky substance to hold things together, a type of ancient blue tech, if you will. So they was, man, they making all kind of stuff. Huh? Google search, yeah, just start searching African American inventions, and then I even went to the cause you know, Latinos, African Americans, we all one nation. So I was like, I ain't gonna just cover us. I'm gonna cover some of the stuff they made too. It's a lot of inventions that our people made. So yeah, chocolate too. Yeah, here in America, chocolate was one of the things that the Aztecs made too. But I want to get into this next video because everybody do this every day, right? And they wouldn't even tell y'all this. Y'all think Henry Ford made the first cars, right? Car. Who y'all think made the first bus? We're going to find out.
Frederick D. Patterson was the first African American to own and operate a car manufacturing business. Not new for Mr. Patterson was being a noteworthy first. While a student at Ohio State University, he became the first African American to play on the school's football team. After college, he returned to Greenfield, Ohio in the late 1800s and joined his father in the family-owned horse-drawn carriage business, which later became C.R. Patterson and Sons. When his father died in 1910, Mr. Patterson took over the business. An astute entrepreneur, he recognized that the new horseless carriages presented his company with a golden chance to expand. Seizing this opportunity, he converted his company in the early 1900s from producing horse-drawn carriages to manufacturing automobiles and made 150 cars. In 1915, he became known for his Greenfield Patterson automobile that he produced in two styles, each costing about $850. Those two styles competed with the popular Model T being manufactured by Henry Ford. Mr. Patterson's business became so profitable that he made an even larger expansion and shifted to make...
Y'all see what that is? Them school buses y'all be riding on, that idea came from a Israelite man. Why they don't show us this? They still got Ford Motor Company going, right? Why his why his company ain't going no more? Yeah, man, go back to the PowerPoint so I can finish the video. But y'all see what they do? They take our patents, take our ideas and continue it for themselves, but don't allow us to continue in it.
Making buses and trucks. With his eye on the future, he created a
You had something, Karataza? Uh-huh. Hey, get him a mic. I don't know if they killed him or whatnot, but I know they killed his idea of black men continue to own cars.
I know if you work in factories and you discover an invention while you're working there, you couldn't. It belongs to the company. You couldn't claim it for yourself. You know, that's the way. I mean, we did that on when I was working on the east side. Most companies, if you discover something, a patent or something like that, it belongs to the company.
Yeah, I found that out with Hennessy. Hennessy was actually made by an Israelite man, but Jack Daniels. So you're right. It was Jack Daniels, but that's how they do us, man. It's cold. So we're gonna go to the next slide. Cause who all played video games before? Everybody in here, right? Because y'all know we made the cell phone, the computer, but y'all never knew we made video games, right? The video game came from us. So what's that dude named? Soldier Boy. You was not the first one, Soldier Boy. He said he was the first one black man that made a video game console. We're going to find out who was the first Israelite man who made a video game console right here.
This is Jerry Lawson. I'm originally from New York City, born and raised in California since 1968. In the early 70s, I was involved in the development of one of the first computer programmable home video games. It's called Fairchild Channel F.
Gerald Lawson was born in Brooklyn, New York on December 1st, 1940. Lawson's father was a longshoreman with an interest in science. His mother was a member of the PTA, and his grandfather was educated as a physicist. Gerald's parents encouraged his interests in radio and chemistry. In first grade, Lawson was inspired by the story of African-American inventor George Washington Carver. Jerry received an amateur ham radio license at age 13 and earned money repairing television sets in high school. The teenager eventually saved enough money to build his own radio station in his bedroom. In 1970, Lawson joined the sales division at Fairchild Semiconductor in San Francisco as an applications engineering consultant. 5 years later, he created an arcade game in his garage called Demolition Derby. Jerry was quickly promoted to chief hardware engineer and director of engineering and marketing for Fairchild's video game division. Lawson led the development of the Fairchild Channel F, which was released in 1976 and was the first video game console designed to use cartridges. This innovation provided a new revenue stream for the budding industry and was the key development that sparked a new generation of game consoles like the Atari 2600.
Y'all see that? You can put it back on the other side. Just imagine if we had the understanding that our forefathers were the ones making these video games. It's $1 billion industry. We wouldn't have no wealth problems, right? But they don't tell us that because everybody play games today. Games cost anywhere from $50 to $150 today just for a game. That's not the whole system. The what's that new system they got out now? PlayStation 5. That thing $1,000. Man, just imagine if we knew about this as a people, like, hey, get in this industry, make these games. We just now starting to get into tech and stuff. Well, we've been in it, but we've been lied up to about it, and we haven't been taught about getting into electronics and techs and things of that nature, right? They had, what's the thing in Silicon Valley where they go and make all kind of tech stuff? We not there as a nation of people designing things. As we can see, our forefathers had vast knowledge and understanding of science and how gaming and every computers worked. But they don't tell us that, man. That's cold, right? But now we got to get into it, y'all. So let's go back. I'm going to get a couple more and we almost out of here. Because this is something we all love right here. Y'all smelling good, got your perfumes on. Y'all took showers before y'all came here, right? This is Gathering Comfort by the candles and the oils. And this is Sayah, which is the body butter made by my wife and kids. So let's get, she said it's good. Let's get a couple of scriptures. Because these are the things that we made, y'all. Let's go to Exodus chapter 37 and 29. Because we made oils, according to scripture, they had eye salve and all that, things that heal your eyes and all kind of stuff. So, and we had things that smell good, which we got and make that stuff today. So let's go ahead. Read that out.
Book of Exodus, chapter 37 and verse 29. And he made the holy anointing oil and the pure incense of sweet spices, according to the work of the apothecary.
Mm-hmm. So we was making things that smell good. Natural fragrances and all that from trees and things of that nature, right? Let's get another one. Let's get Exodus 30 and verse 35.
The book of Exodus, chapter 30 and verse 35. And thou shalt make it a perfume.
So we got perfumes, right? Sisters be making perfumes. They be making oils, right? Making candles, things that smell good. These are the inventions that Israelites made. The knowledge that our forefathers have, right? Go ahead.
A confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy.
Yep. So they was taking spices and scents and fragrances, flowers and stuff, making things that smell real good. And let's go here right quick. I didn't put any buildings or anything up, but let's look at Yahweh Shai's profession, what his was outside of doing the work of the Most High. Let's go to Mark 6 and verse 3. Because how many builders we got in this building? Huh? We don't got no builders? Man, we got to have some builders in this building. Cement mason? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did, huh? That's good to do. That's a good job, man. Good field. Mechanic, yeah. You see our other brother, he made that lawnmower. Engineering, man. His invention's still going to this day. So let's get this. Mark 6 and 3.
Mark chapter 6 and verse 3. Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James, and Joseph, and of Judah, and Simon?
So they was talking about Christ. Carpentry, you build things. Israelites they've been building things. It was a picture that I was trying to find, but I couldn't find. It's in Georgia. They just built an Israelite community. It's called the first micro mini Israelite community in Georgia right now. Yeah, they sold it. I think it was like 30 houses or something like that. It's all so-called African Americans living there because they were the one who built that community. I wish I could have, man, I was trying all day to find that picture, find the images, because it showed how they built it, all of that. And it's real nice. But our people were builders. They built things, right? This is the same way they built this country and still building this country, right? We the hard laborers, the workers, all that. Just like Karatazah said, Israelite man made the, what was that thing you said they made with the cotton? A cotton gin will separate the seeds from the cotton. So our people were great builders, man. And I want to get one more scripture. Y'all got any questions? Let's get Joshua 1 and 8. We're going to finish with that.
I wanted to know, when our people made these inventions, did they have the money to, what I'm trying to say, did they have the money to fund the product that they
The
made?
product that
or
they
did they
made?
have to depend on Esau to fund it?
Some of them did and some of them didn't.
Oh.
Because some of them went to college. Their parents had good jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, some of them did and some of them didn't.
Okay, so is that one of the reasons though why Esau was able to take it? Some of them didn't have the, oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, the U.S. patent, you basically giving your idea away.
Even back in the day, you were giving it away?
I mean, they have your patent.
Yeah.
Even now, if we make something and we want it to be recognized as ours, we get a patent, and guess who has all our information? That's public information.
Right, it is. You're right.
So they have it.
Okay.
And then when they do things like destroy our, because Black Wall Street was destroyed, right? We had our own towns, our own cities, our own buses, trains, planes, doctors, nurses, and all that. When they destroy our cities, they take everything.
Right.
And that sets us back even further.
That's true. Okay, thank you.
Or the other thing they do is when they get the idea and the foundation of something, they find ways to improve upon it so that then they can put a patent in for that I made this part and this part that now does this, therefore it's a new invention and now I own that.
Yeah.
So that's another reason.
Perfect example. I was going to show this one for the children, but I didn't. I should have did it. The Super Soaker. It was a black man who made that, and he it took him years before he got his royalties, which was like $92 million off of his invention. They was holding his royalties for years. He had to fight for that. But at the same time, you got all kind of water guns now. All kind of Super Soaker guns. Just like for a long time, I didn't know Jabba Juice. Israelite. That's an Israelite franchise. Yeah. So these are things that I didn't know, but these are things that we got to find out. Like, man, it's like, so y'all homework is to go home. Hopefully, I intrigued your mind for you to want to go home and look up more inventions, and maybe even create something of your own. Because they were coming up with ways to help the people, make their job easier, and also they got the wealth, but it wasn't passed on for some reason. So I'm gonna go in and look that up. So let's go here. Let's get Joshua 1:8. This is the last scripture I'm gonna end off with.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
So this book of the law shall not depart out of our mouth. This is our constitution right here, right? And as you can see through the scriptures, the Most High gave us innovative minds to create things, right? But go ahead.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
So we got to meditate day and night because our power comes from the Most High, right? He created the heavens and earth. He created us, and he gave us dominion over this place, right? So he gave us a real crafty mind to come up with ideas to make things work, which you can see our forefathers did. They created the stoplight. They created the light. They say he only created the filament for the light, but without that filament, there would be no light. That filament was the light. Esau just learned how to put it in the glass tube, right? But go ahead.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
So if we do everything written in this book, that's the only way we're going to be prosperous, right?
And then shalt thou have good success.
That's how we're going to have good success. And we're going to continue making inventions. And with that, I say shalom. Any announcements?